Going to be playing some BattleTech backer beta. So let's get this open here. Now this will be only my second time playing this game. I haven't played any other BattleTech or MechWarrior game, so I'm not too familiar with anything basically other than the mechs I used last time when I played. We can see that this game has not been optimized for ultra widescreen format. There was a bunch of overlap. We can see right here is more overlap. Text is being sliced off and stuff like that. So just want to get this chat window popped out here. Alright, so we're going to do a random enemy. Seems good. Now this is what I played last time. I used Light Assault. That was the default one it was on. If I change this, I think this is money values. So like the more money you have, the more expensive mechs you can use, I guess. Like right now, you get 15 million, so I get some lights and some mediums, and then like if I increase this, I get like a mix of assault and heavy and mediums and stuff like that. Since I don't really know any mechs yet, I'm gonna just keep this on light because I think that will make things less complicated for me. So I did assault last time, these little Herba mechs and Hunchback and Kentaro. So we're going to try a battle. Let's do a light battle. And then we'll try Sunset over Death Valley. Death Valley Sunset. That sounds interesting. The loading screen is also stretched out. It's kind of hard to tell on this one, but there is a loading screen that has a picture of people in it, and you can see they're fat and short. So another sign that this has not been optimized for 21.9 ultra wide yet. We go. We're in the desert here. I don't know what this is. Is this supposed to be like cactus or something? I'm not sure what that is. Maybe mineral deposits or something. I don't know. We are on a foreign planet, I think. That's this game takes place in multiple planet systems. So I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of mineral deposits. Here's where the enemy is going to start. This little beam right here is where they're going to start their game. We're going to start way over here on the other side. Just want to get like an overlay of the terrain, I guess, because I don't want to lose this game like I lost my last game. I lost my first game, actually, which was my last game. So, second game, we'll hopefully win this. So we're going to probably want to go down here. Looks like I get some cover if I take that route. If I go this way, I'm kind of, I don't know, left or right? What do you guys think?
Commander?
We're gonna go this way.
Moving out.
We'll send somebody this way to scout as well, just in case they're coming from that direction. I'll have a scout down that way. Alright, what's this guy? The Centurion, what does he have? The medium lasers, a couple missiles, and an auto cannon 10. This guy has auto cannon 10, same loadout apparently. Oh, 2 Centurions. Okay, they're the same exact mech, so kind of makes things easy for me. 'Cause I know that they're both the same, so. Now these two are different. This one here. This one here is different than this one. What PPC? I don't know what that is. I think that's a long-range weapon. Because I know this is short-range missile, so I'm assuming PPC's a ranged weapon.
Standing by.
If we go up here, we might be able to get a better view. I don't know. We're still blocked by that mountain, though.
Coordinates received. Yes, Commander.
Alright, so this one has jump jets. Jump jets is gonna be, you can use it to jump on top of people's heads, but this is a light mech, so doing that is probably not gonna be advisable because I will mess up my person's armor on the legs and maybe even get internal damage later on. But tactics is what will determine your effectiveness in jump jetting, I think, and or maybe it's piloting. I don't know. Let me check right away. Tactics determines line of sight information. Okay, tactics is line of sight information, so my bad. Let's see. Guts determines your heating capability, how fast your mech heats up. Gunnery, your ranged attacks, and piloting is going to be your death from above and melee. Okay, so piloting is a skill that I would look at for launching jump jet attacks, and this person apparently is pretty horrible doing that, so we're not going to try doing that for this person, even though we do have capability to jump jet.
Move order confirmed. Standing by.
I probably want to try going up here.
Roger. As you wish.
We don't have enemy contact yet. I hope I don't get it for a while, so I want to make my way to a good position. This guy's gonna be pretty much left for dead if he spots somebody. Probably gonna try hiding out over here.
Rolling.
It's a light mech, so I think it has a better sensor range. Tactics is level 8, so, and it's in some cover here in this brush or whatever, so if it's caught out by its own over here, it should have plenty of time to escape, hopefully, without getting any kind of damage.
Have no doubt it will be done.
Gonna try for a flanking maneuver here.
Confirmed. Aye, aye.
We're actually gonna take this mech. He's covering, this one's covering like this area. I want to put this one covering like through here. That way it's going to detect radar contact first and hopefully draw mechs towards it so that these guys up here can get a flank. Hopefully that's going to be the plan at least. Let's see if we can. It is spawned right here though, so these rocks, they might be right behind these rocks, and then walking out here could be a death trap for me. So you know what, we're gonna stop right here.
Moving to position.
Gives me a little bit of protection here. Don't know where they are yet. Turn 3.
We've got
Enemy
unknown
contact.
sensors.
There we go.
New bogey on the field.
2 light mechs and a medium. One of their other mediums is not detected yet. So I kind of figured that they were going to be down here in this little valley area. That's why I didn't want to take my mech out into the open here, because that would have been a pretty bad thing to get caught right there. And so this mech's kind of free over here. Looks like I might be able to get behind these guys. I have a large laser. That's probably my only long-range weapon. I can snipe with that. Probably hit him from the back. If I can get behind him here. Hopefully I remain undetected on this flank.
10-4.
Maybe there are other mechs coming up this way. I'm not sure where that other medium is. Still no detection on it yet. There it is. They're moving them all together as a group here. We have medium relay. Okay, we do have long range missiles on here, so we can do indirect fire. We can do some indirect fire if I move this Panther up to get a line of sight.
Awaiting orders.
But that would be 1 versus 4. I don't know if that would be too wise of a thing to do. We'll get a little bit of cover here in these trees. Oh, we can't turn the face that way. Yeah, we're not gonna... Oh, we do have jump jets, so we should be able to do it. Alright, let's get up here. Face towards the enemy. Oh man, they're out of range still. Well, that just put me in a vulnerable position. I'm gonna brace myself. It's gonna be 1 versus 4 here. They got line of sight on me now. And they're probably gonna be opening fire here with this one. I want to get up here into this forest.
Ready for orders. Heading out.
Okay, we can do indirect fire on one of these mechs here. The Locust, I believe I have, is like a really light mech. It looks tiny. Looks like a little tiny. Just like looks like there's barely room in there for the pilot. So I think this guy's probably more of a threat. It's a bigger looking mech. Probably want to open up fire on the bigger mech here. This commando. Let's see what they have for weapons. Can we see what they're short range missiles, 10, and a medium laser. This guy over here have machine guns and a medium laser. So yeah, the Locust really isn't that much of a threat. It's just scouting. This is probably the bigger threat, so we're gonna probably try hitting this. And it missed most of the missiles, so that was a pretty crappy attack. This guy has gunnery 8, so should have at least hit a couple things there. I'm taking indirect fire now on this mech. It's caught out in the open. I'm gonna have to move it my next round. We can't get a line of sight on that commander. Mech. This line going to it is thinner than the other one. That means that terrain is partially blocking my attack, so the missiles will probably hit into that rock wall instead of hitting the mech. If you can see how that line's not as bold as the other line. This lower line here is bolder. The other one's like a thin colored line. That means like terrain's blocking your shot. So we move here, we're going to be out in the open, and I don't think we can turn to face them. Let's see. We can turn a little bit. I might just brace right here rather than trying to shoot. They don't have line of sight on me though. Otherwise I would have line of sight on them. So we're just gonna go ahead and shoot this locust, I guess.
Good to go.
See, he got Gunnery 6, so he has even worse aim than the other guy, but ended up landing all of his shots apparently, so I don't know if it's just random number generation going on here that determines this, I guess.
I can't take much more of this.
We're going to move you. Apex is going to have to move because we don't want to be keep on getting fired on. And I don't know if I'll remain line of sight if I go this far back. I don't know how I can tell. It has something to do with, I think the circles, see like one's bright colored in and then like one's lighter, and then all the way over there by the blue line. I think that blue line's my radar contact, I think. Where like I can tell that there's a mech there, but I don't know what it is. Let's see once, if I go right here. Yeah, I think that's what the blue line is. I can tell there's a mech there, but I don't know what it is. Like if it's in between that blue line and the first row. And I think that second row where it's partially shaded and I can get some information. Like see, this says medium mech, so I know it's a medium mech. Otherwise, if it was farther back, I think it would just tell me its size. It would say like 25T or whatever, like, and I wouldn't quite know. I think this second bar here is where I need to be to get actual data on the mechs. So we can probably jump back probably 2 little pegs and still remain good on them. And we don't have target lock on this mech, even though it's a light mech. Damn, I was hoping I could lock a target. I think this one's the one that has that ability. I was hoping I could target lock on that so these guys would be more accurate, but I don't have that ability on this mech, so what we're gonna do is just open fire here. We're just gonna use the PPC, which I think is a long-range weapon because these little pipes right here indicate your weapon effectiveness. And you see right here is this yellow gold pipe, means that weapon is in its maximum effective range. White means the weapon's in range, but it's not at its most optimal range, so it's not going to do full damage. And that would be the short-range missiles. So I can tell that this PPC is I think it's a particle cannon. I don't know what the other P stands for. I think it's a particle cannon. It's a long-range weapon, so we're going to try to attack with it.
Firing on target.
And we ended up missing, even though we had precision strike capability. Man, this Panther's just taking a beating, and it's a light mech. It shouldn't be at the front of the lines. These guys should be up there absorbing the main force. We're gonna actually let this person go to reserve because I want to see where they move their mechs forward more, and if they do, then my light mech over here can possibly get
Commander?
a... Yeah, we can probably get behind them now. It's gonna be... If I move right here, do I have range to shoot any of them? I have short range missiles. I don't have LMRs. So I'm better off just sprinting.
Roger, Skipper. Taking it.
So we're going to bring some backup in, get behind these guys. Hopefully that's going to give me an advantage, even though this is a pretty undergunned mech. And they don't know I'm here yet. This Griffin is a medium mech, so it probably doesn't have that good of a scanner suit on it. So I'm probably still undetected over here. It's a good thing because it just turned its back full on towards me. So we're going to keep this guy distracted with the Centurion and hopefully keep him distracted facing the direction he's facing so that this guy can get to his backside.
Receiving you.
And this light mech will be a prime target for him. If he wants to turn that way and shoot at him, he could probably do serious damage. But these two guys will then be at his back. So we're gonna put him in a tight spot here, and hopefully we can inflict some kind of damage on him.
Standing by. Got it.
We have multi-target, so we can shoot at multiple targets if we want. We can shoot at all these guys right now. I think I'm just gonna fire all my weapons at this guy right now. However, oh, he's out of range of my medium, so I think I'll fire all my weapons. I will use multi-target. I'll shoot mediums at this guy, and shoot my long-range missiles and AC-10 at this person up here. Let's see how I can do this. So target A, target B.
Confirmed. Firing.
So we hit that guy some. This guy we hit one time with one of my lasers. So that was pretty good attack. We're gonna do the exact same thing with this guy here. Multi-attack and hit both of them again. Now he does not have that ability, so that was pilot exclusive ability, not a mech exclusive ability, because this guy doesn't have it. He has evasive move. Okay, so we can't multi-strike. We're just gonna strike this guy up here then.
Acquired and locked in.
Alright, I don't know if he has jump jets. I think he walked up there.
Gyro's failing. I'm going down.
My Panther is taking a brutal beating here. Got an injury on my pilot.
For order.
Okay, now I can get behind this guy and shoot him, but I won't be in any kind of cover. These mechs could turn around and return fire, but once again they would have their backs turned to me, so they probably don't want to do that, because that would make them be quite vulnerable. So even though I don't have any cover, I'm pretty confident that this is a good move. So we don't have a direct line. He's blocked by terrain a bit on this guy up here. So we're just gonna move as close as we can and just hit that other guy. This medium right here. We do have sensor lock, but all my mechs already took their turns besides my Panther, so that wouldn't really help me any. We're gonna see if we can. And we missed. Doesn't have that good of gunnery 3, so I probably shouldn't be trying to use a large laser on this mech. That pilot isn't good with it. We're going to have to get closer to make that pilot effective. Kick me while I'm down. You're kicking me while I'm down. Man, vicious.
Commander.
Injuries 3. So my pilot's been injured 3 times. I'm not sure if there's a hard limit on how many times you can be injured before your pilot actually gets knocked out, like completely KO'd. I don't know if there's a limit on that. This little locust is becoming quite a problem. If it gets behind my mechs here, even though it only has machine guns, those could still do a bit of damage if they get behind my mechs, I think. So probably want to take care of this locust. We're going to try to jump on its face. You know, why not? I think that's a pretty badass thing to do. So we're going to give it some death from above.
Target locked. Engaging jump jets.
Let's see how much damage we do here. We have 30 and 60. What did we do on our mech here? We took all 30 armor off of this leg and did some eternal damage. And on this one, I don't know if it just lost a bunch from that mech's attack or if that was off from the jump. But yeah, we did a lot of damage on ourselves for that. What did we do? Anything on this guy? We really didn't even do anything on him. We took some armor off of his chest pieces, and that's about it. So it really wasn't a good move. Really didn't help any.
Receiving you. What's the plan?
We can probably go over here and get this guy knocked out. I think if we double team it with these Centurions. But I don't want to take my sight off of these people because I don't want to leave this little Mockingbird in the open. Even though, well, Mech really can't do much until it gets closer anyways, so. You know, maybe we will back off a bit, and then if this guy might be more encouraged to turn and face this mech, if these people aren't on him. So we're actually gonna try to do a melee attack. This is a medium mech. We don't want to use our multi-target. We're gonna use the guy that doesn't have multi-target. We're gonna try to melee medium against a heavy. We should do significant damage here punching this mech, just stomping, and we missed. I don't know how that's possible, man. It's right in front of your face. Oh my goodness. Now that mech did have jump jets. Looks like he jumped behind some cover there, so he can try to obscure my view on him. Yeah. Okay, so he's hiding right there. He thinks he's going to be safe. I think moving this mech into this forest here will give me short-range missile range on this mech, and medium laser range. So I should be able to get him with all 3 of these weapons if I can get into this forest here.
Ready for orders.
We ended up missing this guy. That was quite bad. We're going to stand in front of this Panther. Hopefully, by doing that, these guys will want to target this Centurion. and leave my Panther alone. If I try, let's go one more. Standing in their line of sight. Think I'm in their line of sight. Yeah. I don't think they can get to my Panther. This guy up here can still get to him, I think. He has missiles that can go over me. But I think I'm shielding this Panther now from these two at least. We're going to multi-target again. Let's see what we can hit this guy with. We'll hit him with my missiles and oil cannon. And this guy down here, we will do the mediums. Alright.
Confirming. Multiple targets.
So that was good. We hit all of our shots on him. That was a good attack, and we hit both of our lasers on him. Ended up getting a knockdown on this guy, so that was a pretty good move. That actually could probably just have turned this for the better here for this Panther. My impressions of the game so far. This is only my second time playing it, so I'm not familiar too much with the Mech Warrior universe, but I think it's a pretty fun game. I play strategy games most of the time, so pretty much I'm kind of familiar with tactics, advanced wars, stuff like that. Although Nintendo hasn't made one of those for a while, hopefully they have a new one coming out. It's kind of similar to that. Got a bit of Fire Emblem vibe to it, so I think it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun game. I do see room for improvement though. Like the user interface isn't friendly for 21:9 display. Some of the stuff is overlapped. Like if I can select the Panther that has the jump jets, for example. If I were to click on this guy, you see how some of the text is overlapped here. It's like that on the main menu too. It's a lot worse on the main menu actually. There's a bunch of overlap on the menus. So it's not optimized for 21:9 display yet, ultra wide, but AI also can use some improvements I've noticed. For example, if I do this reserve move right here, it'll select my units to the next phase. I've not seen the AI use that one time yet, so I don't know if they're not programmed to make use of that capability yet. Overall, I did see AI on my last game crush me to death, and I ended up losing my last game. They did flanking maneuvers on me and ended up getting behind me. And they even did melee and death from above on me as well in my last game. So they make use of their pilot abilities pretty good, but I haven't seen them use the reserve command, which is something that can be beneficial because it moves all your mechs to the next phase. So if I did that right now, the next phase would let me use all 4 of my mechs basically in a row after they use just this one single guy that can move. Of course, they would get to move these 2 mechs before I get to do anything, but that's the trade-off. But I haven't seen them use it yet.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, we're gonna keep with our plan here and try getting behind this guy. He's knocked down now, so I don't know if I have a good line of sight on him or not. If we can, yes, his shot's kind of blocked there. Gets to a small line. The missile should, I think, maybe be able to hit him still. We're gonna try it anyways. You see, called shot. This is because the person's knocked down, so I can target where I want to hit. This person has not a good gunnery skill, so we probably want to hit whatever's closest to this person's view. Looks like the mech's head is facing towards me, so I'm probably going to aim for the head. With this horrible gunnery skill on this person, maybe I'll actually hit it. We'll see. We did do some damage there. I don't know if it hit the head or if it hit the armor on the side of the head. Looks like they just took friendly fire. I think they just took friendly fire on this mech right here. I think he just took some damage from his own guy. So that was pretty good. They just damaged themselves.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, I'm gonna try to punch this guy again. Hopefully we're not gonna miss. Oh, we ended up missing again. Second time in a row we ended up missing. That was a different pilot this time. I think it was the medium Centurion that tried punching it last time.
Watch the sides.
Yeah, let's get behind me here with these machine guns.
Damage. Yes, Commander.
Just can get right back behind it. So I think if I alpha strike on this, I might be able to do something here. Maybe I can get a knockdown. We're gonna see. Might get lucky and just hit the entire rear, get a kill. Yeah, we just hit all the torso, just tore straight through it. Got a kill on that. Don't have to worry about that little pest anymore. All these guys up here are in danger of falling over. They just keep taking constant missile damage.
Commander.
We're gonna probably leave this guy where he's standing. He did a good job taking fire off the Panther. He wasn't targeted. The Panther wasn't targeted at all this round. So he did a pretty good job taking shots for him. He's a medium mech, so he can take more damage. So we're just gonna leave him here and do another multi-target. Actually, this guy is point blank. Actually, we might just attack him. We might probably just attack this guy since he's standing right next to me. We're gonna try punching him. Let's see if we can land a shot on him. All right, so we did land a punch on him, and it turned him unsteady. He's gonna back off now. He doesn't want to take any more. Oh, we hit him right in the torso on that too. 115 armor. It went all the way down. Nearly 100 points from that punch. So that was a very good combat move.
Commander?
I think it's looking good that I might actually win my first game here. This might actually be my first victory. Looking good so far.
Rolling.
We're actually in range for all three of my weapons, so when I do this alpha strike on this person here, it's going to take serious damage because it's going to take all three of my weapons are going to be hitting it for maximum effectiveness. So it looks like we knocked an arm off of it, and I think a torso chunk as well.
I'm hit. Oh, I'm hit. Cut. Hold.
And that's the kind of damage you can do if you get flanked, or if you end up flanking somebody. It's quite devastating. Even though this was a light mech attacking a medium mech, you can see just how debilitating that was for this pilot. They lost their torso, which had their jump jets in it, and then they lost their arm. This arm didn't have any weapons in it, unfortunate for me, but this pilot can't jump anymore. It doesn't have jump jets on that, so I think they're going to be stuck up here unless they walk their way down. I don't even know who I'm moving right now. We want to probably get this guy standing back up. Whose turn is it? Oh, it's Light Mech's turn. Okay. Have to move my Panther before I can stand this guy back up. I think we're just gonna keep pressure on this guy over here. He's not in a good spot. He's
Moving out.
flanked, and we don't want him turning to fire on this Mockingbird. So we're just gonna keep pressure on this side so that he's stuck right here in a hard spot. He really has nowhere to go. If he had jump jets, which I just knocked out, he probably could have jumped down here and kind of got cover fire from these guys, maybe if this guy came down some, but he's pretty much going to be hopefully dead here.
Target confirmed.
He has a bunch of armor on the front, so that's probably not going to do much, but we're just going to keep firing at him. Eventually he'll wear down on the front, or maybe this mech in the back will finally get some more criticals. And
I've lost stability.
looks like I lost some pieces on my mech here. 2 mechs are down now. I'm gonna have to stand these guys back up.
Orders.
Awaiting orders.
Standing these people back up, it makes your accuracy, I believe, go down on all your weapons. So if I were to attack right now, I would have like hardly any chance to hit. So like the best thing to do is probably just to brace myself, and that will also let my heat go back down. So I think I'll probably just gonna position this guy over here
Position
and
confirmed.
do a brace. And this is partial cover right now because he's in the forest. If I brace, that's full forest, like full coverage. He's entrenched now, so
Reporting.
so we have 2 weapons in optimal range and 2 weapons in, I think that's like, I don't know what the other lighter orange means. I think that's like deadly range or something, I don't know. But we have weapons all firing here, and our heat bar is going to go up quite a bit.
Unleashing hell.
But this mech's already unstable, so hopefully it knocks down. We get a knockdown on this, hopefully.
That would be a kill.
And we did get the knockdown. Oh, that was actually a kill. We actually got a kill off of that. I didn't think we were gonna get a kill on that because it had a bunch of front armor remaining.
My internals are taking a beating.
Unless we just, all those shots must have landed in the same spot on the torso or something. I can't tell until after the match, I guess, when we take a look at the after action, what happened to that guy. I wish that you could select a mech that's knocked out so you can see the damage on it. I don't know what happened to him. I think maybe it was torso damage, not entirely sure.
For orders.
So this mech was about to overheat. It was probably had one more good shot in it, and then I would have had to wait a couple turns. So it's kind of good that this guy got knocked down because now he can reposition and get some cooldown on his guns while he's repositioning himself.
Acknowledged.
Armor blow through. Internal damage.
Alright, so I'm probably going to pull this guy back now. He was sent out here so that this Panther would not take a lot of fire. But we're going to probably swap him with this other guy now. This guy still has a bunch of armor left. Those white boxes is your armor. So you can see this guy's armor is pretty much torn through already. He's starting to take internal damage. So we're probably going to want to rotate this guy to the front line, send this guy behind. So this mech just got up. We are missing our arm, which was our short-range weaponry. So all we have is a particle cannon, which is kind of, I think it's a medium range, medium or long range. I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to have to back up a little bit here so that we can actually do some kind of damage. We don't want to be too close with this weapon if it's a medium long range gun. So just going to stand back here and see if we can get a shot on this guy.
What the hell?
Ready for orders.
All their mechs already acted during this phase here, so I pretty much have free reign into the next round to do what I want. So that's kind of a good thing. So now I'm able to pull this guy back and pull this person back, get him in some kind of cover. I don't know why he's not. Maybe we have to hit reverse. Okay, reverse.
I copy.
He didn't go back as far as I wanted it to. He's still in line of sight of that other mech down there. But we're gonna do a multi-target again. Gonna hit this one with target move +2. I don't know what that is. I think accuracy down +2 because I moved. I hit him with the cannon point blank. So the person down here, we're gonna hit him with the lasers.
Confirming. Multiple targets.
Yes, Commander.
And so we want to get this guy up close and personal. So he's going to be taking the most of the damage. Hopefully they're going to want to target him. And we're going to actually try punching this person. I wonder if we do more damage if we can punch him in the back. Can we do more damage if we can punch him in the back maybe?
Moving out.
Right in the back torso. Probably would have been more effective if I just used all my guns, but I had a bit of heat, so his heat went down a little bit, which is always a good thing when you can make your heat go down and still do some kind of damage. So we're going to actually move our light mechs to phase 3 so that I can act all at the same time. Alright, so I'm pretty much have free reign to do what I want now with 4 mechs against 2. So we're gonna keep moving this person into position. Now if I sprint, I can't use my guns, so I don't know if I'm in range to actually hit them if I do a regular move, which I'm not in range, so I'm probably just gonna sprint anyways. Because these mechs are in the same position. If they turn to face and fire on this little guy, they're going to be in a world of hurt from my medium. So sprinting up here in no cover at all, I think is not going to be that bad of a thing to do right now, because they're sandwiched again. So.
Standing by.
Right, so this pilot has 4 injuries and now it has a red icon. So I think 5 might be the limit. If you get 5 injuries, you might be the end of the line for you. So let's see, 2 injuries, 0 injuries. I think 5 injuries is probably the end of the line for your person. They're probably broken arms and legs and full body cast and everything else.
On the move.
All we have is that particle quick cannon on this mech still. We do have jump jets. I probably can start using those to try to land on these mechs. It'll probably be doing more damage since I just have one main gun. Either that or get in melee range. Let's see what my melee capabilities are. Pretty decent, I guess. No, not really. Piloting, I think, affects that. That's a 3 only. Is piloting melee? Yeah, piloting is your melee attack, so not a lot of melee output for this mech, or jump jet damage output either. Ton of gunnery damage though, with only my one gun that I have. So, or not damage, accuracy I should say. Even though I got one gun, I guess, it's probably just best to keep using that. And that was a dodge. That light mech dodged, because it's in partial cover here. Now we can make this mech not be in partial cover by hitting it with the melee attack, which I think is what we'll do our next round. We'll get this little Mockingbird to come down and punch it, and hopefully, since this is a light mech, it'll have a easier chance hitting this mech than when this medium tried hitting the light mech before. It kept on missing. So maybe light mech on light mech will actually land some punches and stuff and get this guy so he's out of cover.
Reporting.
We're just gonna. Oh man, this guy is pretty good. He's covered himself by these rocks. I can't get a clear shot on him with any of all my weapons here. So we're just gonna focus on this light mech up here, I guess. We have Inspire. I think Inspire will increase my person's accuracy and as well as defense. It's kind of late to use it now because the enemy already moved. I don't know if it lasts into their next turn or if it just lasts into the end of the round. I think it's only until the end of the round. So if I used it right now, I would just get better accuracy, which I don't think is too bad of a thing right now because this mech is kind of hidden in the forest. So
People don't know who you're dealing with.
yeah, we did get a little defensive buff as well, but we just did it for the accuracy buff. Yeah, we can see we got 95 percentile on these 3 guns now, so that's pretty good.
That's a critical hit.
And I think that was a pretty good knockdown. He's probably almost out here. He's almost done for here. He got 11 armor left on his torso front. The rear armor is 20 still, but that can easily get shredded through if I alpha strike with this little guy. So this mech's pretty much out of the game. He's pretty much gone. In fact, we can probably get in range here with this person.
Confirmed.
And since this mech is knocked down, we can do a targeted strike. And we're going to probably try to aim for this torso section. Since it has 11 armor left, we can probably start doing structure on it. Maybe even enough to get a kill. So that's what we're going to try here. We're just going to... We don't want to use the missiles, I don't think. They're not going to be that accurate. I think we're just going to use our lasers. That way we're not going to give us too much heat.
Attacking from position.
We're going to try for the center torso.
Take that.
We got a crit on its missiles, short-range missiles. We did hit the torso, so it has 15 armor, or 15 structure integrity left. The rear side has 20 armor still. But the guy's on his last leg. Literally, he has one leg left as well. So I could knock out this other leg, and that will also kill this mech if I knock out that leg. That leg has 28 armor still, so it's probably best to just to keep hitting this torso here. We're gonna see if we can get a kill from death from above. That would be pretty awesome if we can get a kill from this. Let's see. I don't know if we can do torso damage from jump jets. We're gonna see what happens here. So he's at full structure on this arm and upper torso, right side torso. We're aiming for the center here. Hopefully we can crush him. We got 23 and 14. So let's see. We did knock him down again, gave his pilot another injury. I want to see what my mech here has. Is we lost one of my legs from that, and lost a bunch of armor, and that was pretty bad death from above. Just got my mech knocked out from that move, but it was still pretty cool. So it pretty much shredded my leg on this side and completely ripped off my leg on this side, and it's just left my mech open for a death. So probably wasn't a good thing to do, but it was kind of a good thing to do, because who doesn't enjoy jumping on somebody's head in a giant mech? I mean, how much fun can you get? So we'll get some revenge anyways right here by taking out this little guy. He's down. He's going to be knocked out right now. This Mockingbird's going to kill him. And this is going to be... This is for that guy's death. He's avenging you here. Center torso destroyed. So that is a mech KO. We got 1 versus 3 left here. I think this is looking pretty good. I like these odds, 1 versus 3. This might actually be a winning game. Might actually win. So hopefully, because I did not win my first game. So second game, it's looking a lot better here. It's 1 versus 3.
Yes, Commander.
I probably should have turned these missiles off. They're only hitting 35%,
It's getting hot in here.
and caused me to overheat. So,
Standing by.
but we're just gonna try ending this as fast as we can. We just want to be unrelenting. I'm not really concerned about that guy taking damage. He's taking damage right now from the overheat. If that bar fills all the way up, it's going to shut down. But I'm not really worried about him taking damage from that, because I just want to do as much damage to this guy as possible. Knock him out. Hopefully knock him down. Do something here. Just give him no quarters at all. So he's just going to entrench himself. He's going to try to brace for a 3-prong attack. I can't get behind him here with this guy. This guy might be able to get behind him.
On my way.
We're going to inspire him too. Oh, we can do an inspire. So this is going to be devastating here. We're going to overheat this guy as well, but I'm not too worried. That was major damage.
Generating a lot of heat.
We're probably going to shut this guy down. We're going to shut this guy down, but I think it will probably be worth it. Or we can just do a melee attack. Probably just do a melee attack instead of shutting him down. I don't know. It depends on what this guy does. If this guy can... Oh, no. Oh, that was a misclick. Oh no, his back is turned to that guy. Oh my goodness. That's not a good thing. Oh, that was quite a misclick.
Reporting.
He hasn't taken any damage the entire game though, so even if this guy decided to open up fire, I don't know if he would get killed necessarily, even though his back is turned to him. Just because he's full health, so who knows? Um, no, it might actually be worth it shutting down, just in case. So I don't want to lose this mech down here. We're gonna try it. This guy's torso, it's only at 80 health, so if we can get the kill on this mech here while we shut ourselves down, then that will be worth it. So it's a risk we're gonna take. Alright, that was a knockdown only.
Overheating. Shutting down.
So he has to get back up. Now, besides taking damage from being overheated, I have to use this entire turn to get this mech back online. So he's not able to attack at all this whole round. He's just useless. He's rebooting his system, doing a coolant flush or whatever you call it. His radiator's busting.
Yes, Commander. Move order.
We're actually going to turn around and punch this guy right back. Little light mech against a heavy. Looks like we took out his leg. It's one-legged, one-armed mech now. That guy's alpha that he used before he shut down really didn't hit that torso too much. I think it was at 80 last time. It's at 68 right now, so
Waiting order.
we got the rebooting ourselves here. So he lost his entire turn from that. We ended up taking structure damage for that overheat. It was 4 points on I think every piece of my mech. Maybe not every piece of the mech. These are still full armor here, so I couldn't take any internal damage from any fire yet. So all the damage that I see on my structure is from overheating. So we did 4 on all 3 of my torso pieces. So this torso took 6, and 4 on these 2. My arms took 4 damage each, and my legs also took 4 each. So that was, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. That was 26 damage I just took structurally from that overheat. So overheating your mech is not a good thing because it's 26 damage spread out on your mech. It's spread out, so that's positive, but I mean that's still 26 structure damage. So it's not something you want to do, especially since you also lose an entire turn. We're probably just going to try punching this guy because we don't want to shut this guy down either. Yeah, we end up missing. So that's what was happening to me. I don't know if there's a built-in combat modifier for mech classes. If you try doing close quarter combat, that let you get a dodge ability between a medium to a light or a heavy to a medium and stuff like that between the different classes. Because I kept on missing that light mech from my medium when I was trying to punch it as well. So I don't know if there's some kind of built-in dodge mechanic or not based on weight class.
Reading you.
I would assume that there is, just because you're in a light mech, you're more nimble, I think. So we actually don't have any heat on this mech, so we're just gonna fire on them. I don't know why it's not letting me. Apparently all I can do is punch it. I want to use all my weapons. And I think I had to move first in order to do that. It doesn't make any sense, but we'll move first and then fire on them, I guess.
Location confirmed.
I don't know why I couldn't just stay where I was and fire on them. You know, we had to move. That's definitely something that needs to be reported in the game survey. They give you a survey after the round is done. One of the feedbacks, I guess, is that I should have been able to use my weapons without having to relocate. I don't know, that didn't make any sense to me. That should have hit that guy's torso because he was missing the arm on the side of his mech. So I think all that damage just went straight into his torso. Yeah, it went straight into his torso here. We see he got 13 left. So he's looking pretty banged up here. He's looking like he's going to be going down any second. Alright, same thing with this Centurion. Apparently I can't open fire until I move. Looks like I'm got the red line here saying that I can. So we can see there's this line saying I can fire on them, but it's not letting me do that. I don't know why it's doing that. If I move here, you can see I'm the same distance. I'm one dot away from this mech, and it's going to let me use my guns, and I'm the same distance away standing right here. Still one dot away, but it's not letting me use my guns. So I don't know what that's about. We're going to have to report that. Once again, this is super early access. This is pre-early access game. So it's stuff like that to be expected. Something that they can easily fix to allow you to use your weapons without having to remove. So we ended up getting our first victory on this game then. Oh, I have to click the one key to fire without moving. Alright. I didn't know that. I thought that I would just left click like, alright. Well, we wanted to see what we got on that knockout on their first medium mech because it didn't let me click on the dead body to find out. So enemy forces, let's see, I think this was the one that just got knocked out. That was the Griffin, the one that we sandwiched early on in the match with my light mech. So that was a torso kill on that one. All four of these were torso kills. I ended up getting a leg kill on this mech of mine, and that was partially due to my piloting from trying to do a death from above. So I guess lesson learned is you don't want to do that unless you have the pilot skill that lets you take less damage from that. I think it's called some kind of angel, death angel or something. I don't know, some kind of angel, but it's a pilot skill that gives you reduced damage to your legs from jump jetting on top of somebody. So this person didn't have it, and it showed a lot because it ended up ripping off one of the legs and doing massive internal structure damage to the other one. So, but that was a pretty good match. Got our first victory. So we're gonna go ahead and fill out this survey, and then I'm gonna start a second game. So the stream will be back on shortly.